Hey Merfolk fans, I'm Joe. Thanks very much for joining me. If you'd like to support my channel, please check the link to my Patreon page in the upper right hand corner. I'm here with a replay of a modern queue. I haven't been playing leagues yet because I'm just testing this Simic Merfolk build. It's been a ton of fun so far. I've been having some good luck with it. Hopefully you guys have been having fun testing out some of these new cards as well. So let's go ahead and start up this replay, see how things went. The opponent won the die roll. Now, I'm on the draw, and my deck is only 1 and 2 drops. Now, I only have access to blue mana, but I'll be able to cast a Mimic off of something like a Mutavault. And a Mutavault would open up Spreading Seas, Silvergill Adept. So with the draw on my turn 1 and the draw on turn 2, I've got 2 chances to turn this amazing hand on. I really need a land though. So sometimes I like to gamble. Again, Magic is a game. You need to have fun. You want to play by the rules, but this hand I think falls within sort of subset of reasonable hands to keep on the draw. I mean, it's borderline, it's sketchy, but I do have colored mana. I would not keep this hand if it was just a Mutavault. But it is an island. I've got a turn 1 play, and I've got 2 chances to hit a land and just make this hand sensational. So I decided to keep. But the opponent mulliganed to 6. We're going to want to see what they did with that card. So they kept, and they put a card on the bottom. So that favors us, right? I mean, as long as the hand gets there eventually. Utopia Sprawl makes Spreading Seas that much more powerful. So yeah, let's just cross our fingers. And there is the Mutavault. So this hand is off to the races, just super excellent now. So that's why we keep these kinds of hands, because if you draw land, even if it's a Mutavault, don't need any more colors. You just explode. Card draw, +1 counters. Okay, opponent, no play on turn 2, it looks like. And we drew another land, so things just going even better. I'm going to swing for 1 with Cursecatcher, and you do not miss an opportunity to 2 for 1 the opponent by killing their Utopia Sprawl. Actually, this might be even a 3 for 1. So let's do the math here. I'm going to sack this Polluted Delta. I feel like I'm under no pressure, so let's go ahead and get some green mana. Green and blue mana. So we cast our Spreading Seas. We can count that as the fact that it stays on the board, you know, makes it a card for us. So let's see. It's doing something for us. You know, it's sort of like putting a creature down, only it has a different effect. So it's 1 card up for us, 1 card down for the opponent. So I mean, it's 1 for 1. Is that right? Well, no. I mean, already we've got an effect on the board, and the opponent's losing a card. So that's already a 2 for 1, but then we're drawing a card. So I'm pretty sure this is a 3 for 1 situation. It's one of the bigger blowouts inherent in a matchup in Modern. The fact that these guys play Utopia Sprawl, and it can only enchant forests. If we turn one of their lands into an island, any Utopia Sprawls fall off. Now, these guys play Arbor Elves that can untap a forest. So they want to overload a bunch of Utopia Sprawls onto 1 forest. Imagine that they put 2 or 3 on, and then they lose all those cards to a Spreading Seas. It can be a 4 for 1 or 5 for 1. So even though plan A of this deck is to go nuts with Metallic Mimic on turn 2, you do not miss a chance for a 3 for 1. We drew another land, by the way. So you see the value in that play. The opponent had absolutely nothing to do. So at this point, play out a Mutavault, go to combat, swing with the Cursecatcher, and yeah, let's get that Mimic on the table. Let's close things out quickly. All right, opponent has nothing. Let's play out a Lord and activate a Mutavault and swing for a lot of damage. 2-turn clock here. And the opponent has nothing to do. So turn 4.5 win. We didn't kill them on turn 4, but they scooped as soon as our turn 4 was over. So good stuff. Spreading Seas, doing an excellent job. This is one of the best matchups for Spreading Seas. I kept a sketchy hand, but as I mentioned, we had 2 draws to hit a land, and we got there. So Game 1 to us. Look away if you don't want to see the match result. Sorry, I forgot to mention, we're actually playing, this deck is called, I think, Red-Green Ponza. I'm not quite sure where that name came from. Leave a comment if you guys know the origin of that name. But their plan is to play a bunch of Utopia Sprawls, Arbor Elves, ramp hard into land destruction, like they want to kill the opponent's lands, and they want to land value creatures like Stormbreath Dragon, get in for haste in the air, they play Thragtusk, I think they might play Bonfire of the Damned to wipe the opponent's board. So we have, naturally, pretty good game against them because Spreading Seas kills their Utopia Sprawls, as you saw in the previous game. And Aether Vial kind of laughs at their land destruction plan. They can bring in some artifact destruction from the sideboard, but naturally we're set up pretty well against them. So I'm going to keep this opener. It is a one-lander. We have access to both of our colors, and we're going to have 2 draws. It's really close to our last hand, right? We have Spreading Seas, Silvergill, Lord, and 1-drops, so we saw how well it worked last time. The opponent kept 7 this time. Here's an Arbor Elf. So there's a land. Immediately, this hand is pure gas. Breeding Pool for, I think I'm going to leave with Cursecatcher. I don't want the opponent to start destroying my lands just yet. But it looks like they might have kept a 1-lander here. Let's see what's going on. No, they have a second land, so wow, look at that. Access to 5 mana at the end of turn 2. That's impressive. I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see here. I'm going to play, I guess, Branchwalker. I was thinking about using Spreading Seas, but I wanted to give the opponent an opportunity to put a Utopia Sprawl down to try to get more value out of the Spreading Seas. So there's an Aether Vial. I think next turn we can play one of our 2-drops and then also get Aether Vial down, so I kind of like it. I'll keep it. That'll help us get our 1-drop out, any subsequent creatures. I think I'm going to swing with the Cursecatcher here. Opponent wants to block, so be it. But they don't, and they go down to 17. Pushing damage is what we want to do. So the opponent played a Kessig Wolf Run, and we see that Utopia Sprawl here. They can actually generate 6 mana off this land this turn with the 2 Arbor Elves, so it's a little scary. They do only have 2 cards left in hand, so hopefully they don't have some crazy bomb. You have to choose a color when this comes in, and the opponent chose red. All right, very curious. Did not do anything with their mana, so it's got to be good for us. Now this is just sort of delightful. I don't know if you guys picked up on this yet, but we did save the Spreading Seas. They did play Utopia Sprawl. We're going to get to do the 3-for-1 again, but more important, what does Arbor Elf say? This is untap target forest. What kind of lands does the opponent have? Mountain, non-basic, and forest. If we turn this into an island, these Arbor Elves don't do anything. They're just stupid 1/1s. So that's kind of exciting. There's that Aether Vial. Let's jam the Spreading Seas. 3-for-1 value. And even more than 3-for-1 value, the opponent can't use their Arbor Elves. It's so good. I'm going to go to attacks here. Once again, getting in with both guys. If the opponent realized that they can't untap their forest at this point, they might have wanted to trade with the Cursecatcher, but they still took 4. See how nice this aggressive Branchwalker is as a 3/2. It's pushing so much damage. Drop the Mutavault, drop the Aether Vial as planned, and yeah, let's see if the opponent has another forest. Looks like they do not. Instead, they Ancient Grudge my Aether Vial. not the most effective play. And they leave back these Monodorks who they refuse to block with. Alright, so we'll crack a Flooded Strand, get an island, and what can we do this turn? Alright, well, we've got Island Walk online, right? There's no reason not to get super aggressive, so I think we're attacking for 9. Again, this is turn 4. It's hyper aggressive. Opponent down to 4, and once again, we got a turn 4.5 win. Spreading Seas, a total house in this matchup. The opponent brings in Ancient Grudge. Now, that's good against Metallic Mimic. It's good against Aether Vial. But as you've seen, even though I run 18 lands, I tend to draw a lot of lands. And Ancient Grudge can't do anything about Spreading Seas. And once Spreading Seas has landed, I mean, it's already done its job getting rid of the Utopia Sprawls. So even if they destroy Spreading Seas, it's still a great play to put it onto their land. The Arbor Elves were reduced to sort of total ineffectiveness. Man, yeah, that was pretty satisfying. So thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the matchup. I feel pretty positive about this matchup. Check out the link to the Patreon if you want to support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video where I'll continue testing this really fun Simic Merfolk list. Thanks again. I'll see you there. Bye.